juvenile millennial entitlement. I guess that's what you do. I guess that's the social media game. On the press tour for Captain Marvel, Larson expressed her desire to play a Jedi Knight. "It's so cool. I wish I was a Jedi," Larson said in the February interview. Wow. Why don't you crap in one hand and wish in the other one and see which piles up first? I would rather die than see you be in a Star Wars movie. But you know what? The mere fact that I said that ensures that you will be in a Star Wars movie. Fortunately, it'll be in one of the new ones that nobody is going to go to, because at this point, they can't even sell tickets to their Disneyland theme parks. They have so poisoned the Star Wars brand. You being in Star Wars is just par for the course right now. It's just par for the course. Brie Larson starring in Star Wars as a Jedi Knight, Sure, we're not going to go see it anyway. Why don't you fill up the shelves with more action figure token images of Brie Larson? More idolatry of Brie Larson that nobody wants and nobody buys. It doesn't sell. Let it clog up the arteries of Target and Walmart and put them out of business just like it did Toys R Us. We don't care anymore. It's just not... I guess it doesn't matter. I guess the fact that everything is being done out of hatred for your normal customers means that we just... It doesn't matter. We don't need to really care. So, Brie Larson, you can take Star.
Hello, I started this gangster shit. Just the motherfucking thanks I get. Hello, I started this gangster shit. And it's the motherfucking thanks I get. Hello.
Having fun? Subscribe to this channel. We need you here.
Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. I'm Ethan Van Sciver, 26-year veteran of this crumbling comic book industry, world's most charming and disarming, elegant and eloquent, and yet humble, though I fumble. Man, great big Star Wars fan, I guess. I don't know, for a little while longer. Trusted member of the media, at least the least corrupt member of the media. And I had to remake this video because I was triggered, and I was actually yelling again. When it comes to Star Wars lately, I'm like a drunk dad watching his team lose. Watching his football team lose. I'm on the couch screaming and yelling, and the rest of the family is in another room going, he's at it again, he's really got to control himself. And so I had to go upstairs and apologize to my wife for yelling last night on the High Council about Star Wars, and here I am yelling about Brie Larson again, and I was like, alright, you're triggered. And I'm talking inwardly to myself, I'm self-reflecting, you're triggered right now, make the video again, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, in with anger, out with love, let's get in the lotus position now. Brie Larson sucks, but she doesn't really affect you. They're doing this to spite you. Don't fall for it. This is just all one big troll. They're monkeying around with the thing that you love most in life, but don't let it bother you. Okay, let us begin. Captain Marvel's Brie Larson shows off Jedi realness on Instagram by Megan Damore. Oh, that's nice. Jedi realness. Why? Is that canon? I think that's canon. Yeah, I wish it were fired out of a cannon into a brick wall. Here's Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, the most generic woman imaginable. I mean, if you had to just start with basic woman and then turn it into something else, and gradually adjust things. Like this is... Okay, calm down. Calm down, Ethan. This is a basic biatch. This is what the kids call basic biatch in school. Biatch. There is nothing unique, there's nothing interesting about Brie Larson's face at all. There's nothing compelling or indeed memorable about it. In fact, Brie Larson has been in 700 movies that I've seen, and I didn't even know who she was until she started running her mouth. And then I was like, oh, now I see who you are. Now, Brie Larson has paved the road with her big mouth for other women just like her to do the same thing, to basically stand out by saying extremely over-the-top, far left-wing, ideologically bent garbage about their identities, about how they hate white males, the patriarchy, and I guess it's working for these. Is it Tessa Thompson? How's it working? How was Men in Black 3 or 4 or whatever it was? Was it Men in Black 4? How did that do, Tessa Thompson? Are you a big star now? All right, calm down, Ethan. Back up again. All right, here we go. Let's read this article here. The force is strong with Captain Marvel star Brie Larson in a new Star Wars inspired photo. In a post on Instagram, Larson shared a... Is this how you're hearing this in your head, by the way? Like, I'm trying to do the voice that I hear when I read this. And if it matches the one that you hear, just let me know in the comments. In a post on Instagram, Larson shared a photo of herself wearing Jedi robes and wielding a lightsaber. Just say holding a lightsaber. You don't have to say wielding all the time. You don't have to say wielding all the time. She's just holding a prop. She's holding it stupidly, too. She looks like an idiot. The background is edited to appear like some sort of Imperial ship. I don't know. Some sort of Imperial ship. The category is Jedi realness, she wrote in the caption. Oh my god, yes, Queen Slay! Why do it's like... I want to change the world. I really do. I want to change the world one thing at a time. Thing number one, I want to stop people on Instagram and Twitter from talking like this. I really have to stop millennials speak. How do I do that? How do I go about doing that? I think it's something that I can't do alone. I think you have to help me. We have to find a way. This is an image of Brie Larson, who basically just looks like any random cosplayer dressed like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Are these candy canes? That's the most interesting. No, I don't think they're candy canes. They kind of make me think about candy canes. And that makes me think of Christmas. And that makes me think of Jesus Christ. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Everything that this woman does is for spite. All it is to troll me. It's to troll you. It's to say, hey, you, toxic male. People are afraid of me in Hollywood. People are afraid of crossing me at this point. I have some power now. I have some power because people know I have a big mouth and I'll run them down on Twitter. And I've got a toxic SJW army behind me that's going to swarm anybody who doesn't bow to my every single whim and kiss my big, gigantic, sneakery foot. You see her sneakers? Her big, sneakery foot. So I can do whatever I want, and I'm going to go into the thing that you most love, and I'm going to squat on it, and I'm going to piddle on it, and I'm going to just see, how do you like this? This entire image is for me to say, how do you like this, mofo? How do you like it? I just put lipstick on your He-Man dolls. How do you like it? I don't know. All right, so anyway, we're on the High Council, and then I'm talking about this image. We're talking about this image, and I actually said, you know what it looks like? It looks like the front image. It looks like the picture on the front of one of those generic fake bootleg costumes that you get at Target. You know, you can't afford to get a licensed Star Wars Jedi uniform. So instead you go to Target, and it says this. It says Jedi Broad by Obvious Plant, not related to Star Wars. For girl, $24.99. Feminist force powers, cosplay activism, patriarchy sold separately. I'll give it to you for free. And here she is, the most basic, generic human being on the face of the earth, just like everyone who is a model. Excuse me if you are one of these models. I'm sure you're not generic to your own families, but you're meant to sort of not really see this face. You're meant to see this costume, and I mean that's all. You're meant to look at the costume and picture yourself in it, and this face just is a big cipher. It's a big zero, and that's the whole purpose of the models that model for these Halloween costumes. And not to put too fine a point on it, but has there ever been a more bland face than this? Has there ever been? This just looks like toggle one way or the other, God. Give this person some unique features, for God's sake. For goodness sake. Doing it again. I'm getting triggered again, and I'm trying not to, all right? The category is Jedi realness, and then Samuel L. Jackson betrays us, and he goes back on what he just said. Samuel L. Jackson, you just spent all of this time making Shaft, I guess it would be Shaft 3, right? Shaft 3, basically spitting in the face of millennial entitlement and stupid PC culture, all that stuff. We loved you for it, and here you go back on this. The Force is strong with this one. Midichlorians off the charts. It's funny. Like, he still thinks midichlorians are a thing because he's from the prequel trilogy. Her co-star Samuel L. Jackson, who played Mace Windu in the Star Wars prequels, agreed in the comments. You don't have to, Sam. She can't hurt you. Other people have to. I mean, other people have to kiss this woman's foot. You don't have to do it. You're fine, man. You have the job of Nick Fury for life. Nobody's taking it away from you. So don't worry about pretending to like Brie Larson. It's fine. On the press tour for Captain Marvel, Larson expressed her desire to play a Jedi Knight. "It's so cool. I wish I was a Jedi," Larson said in a February interview. That's a good way of saying, you better make me a Jedi or I am going to screech about how there's not enough white, privileged, super privileged female representation in Star Wars. There's just not enough. We need to see more white female faces in Star Wars with absolutely nothing unique or interesting about them. And that person should be me. And once you give me that job, I'm going to realize how much power I have. And I'm going to go in all these... I'm going to be in Esquire magazine talking about my responsibility to all the women in the world because I got a job on a popcorn flick. At this point, Brie Larson, take Star Wars and shove it where the sun don't shine. None of these movies matter. I want to thank the great George Lucas for the original trilogy. We have an original trilogy of movies. We got the prequels too. Have fun with those. But the original trilogy of Star Wars films, on par with Casablanca, on par with Citizen Kane, on par with The Godfather, some of the greatest American films. If you make a list of 100 of the greatest American films of all time, those movies will be on them. And I promise you, there's nothing with Brie Larson. No matter how many weird Oscars they hand her to shut her up, nothing that she's in is going to be on that list of 100 greatest American films of all time. And 100 is a lot. 100 is a lot. And nothing will... there will be no Brie Larson on that list. So put her wherever you want to. At this point, you can't even sell a theme park ticket. You've drained Star Wars of all of its whimsy, fun, and power. You have chased off all of the fans by doing things like this, by contributing to and allowing your weirdo toxic shill media. I like saying the word toxic. It's fun. Now I know why SJW said it. It is fun to say toxic. You toxic weirdo shill media to push this idea just out of spite. And the only reason Brie Larson wants to be in Star Wars is to give fans who are between the ages of 30 and 60 years old the finger. That's why. She just wants to say, screw you. This is mine. I can take whatever I want and ruin it. And, again, I guess you can. Or has it already been ruined? Let me know what you think of this. Are you... was I too triggered? I was even worse the first time. I was yelling. I don't think I was yelling that much this video. Everything that these people do is despite you. Stop giving them any money. Boycott Disney. That's what I'm doing. I'm boycotting Disney until... they come to their senses and allow Ollie to put Spider-Man on his tombstone. If you want to know more about that story, simply do an internet search. It's everywhere. I made a video about it as well. But yeah, let's just stop giving these people money. Honestly, they exist only to irritate you, to irritate me, and it's starting to work. It's starting to work a little bit. And I say that with one eye kind of pinched closed, like Popeye. I'm like, it's starting to work a little bit. All right, everyone, leave me comments in the chat below. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, you need to. We need you here. Join this channel, become a member, or at least subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. Be here for all our live chats. Be here for the High Council. Love you guys. Thanks for your support. Bye-bye.
Hey, I got a P.O. box. Want to send me some mail? Send it to Ethan Van Sciver, P.O. Box 607, Marlton, New Jersey, 08053. And I'll probably open it up on the live stream. Thanks very much, everyone. Hey, you want to follow me on Twitter? Are you sure? Well, if so, I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. That's at Ethan Van Sciver. See you there. Join the Fandom Menace and execute your own Order 66 with our incredible line of t-shirts, Soylo, a Soy Wars story, Tico, a Soy Wars story, and our brand new smoking hot Soy Wars Plan 9. Make a statement today. This is the only trilogy you'll ever need. The link is below in the description. Hello, potential Indiegogo backers. Hello, friends. My name is Ethan Van Sciver. I'm a comic book creator who worked for 20 years for Marvel and DC Comics on books like Green Lantern, Flash, Superman, Batman, and X-Men. But before that, I had a comic book called Cyberfrog. Now, Cyberfrog lasted from 1993 to 1998, and then it stopped when I went to go work for DC Comics. Now I want to tell the story of where Cyberfrog has been for the last 20 years. I want to write, pencil, ink a book called Cyberfrog Blood Honey that tells the story of gigantic alien hornets that come to Earth and conquer it, sending Cyberfrog into deep hibernation, where he emerges now in the year 2018 into a completely alternate reality, a new world where these hornets have taken over, devastated humanity, using human skin to make gigantic wasp hives, and harvesting human blood to make honey to feed their young. Very few humans still exist. But it's up to Cyberfrog to save what's left of humanity and turn back the damage that's been done by these wasps with his brother Salamandroid and his friend Heather Swain. I want you to help me do this. We're going to get colors by Kyle Ritter. He's a fantastic colorist, and he's going to make this book sing. I'd like this to be a 48-page one-shot prestige format, part 1 of 4. So I'm asking you to help me launch the very first Cyberfrog Blood Honey epic graphic novel. Are you in? Will you help me? I hope so. Let's get this frog jumping again. If you enjoyed this video and want to become part of this community, subscribe to this channel by clicking the laughing man face logo right on your screen. Ring the bell for notifications as well. You'll never miss a live chat. And stay tuned, another video by Comic Artist Pro Secrets is coming right up.